Welcome to part two of building the Olympic. Hope you guys enjoyed part one. And by the end of this video, you are going to see the completed model. And along the way, you will learn a whole lot of facts about this amazing ship and her legendary career. So let's get started. So it is definitely a good idea to test fit everything before you start gluing the pieces down, which is what I might have been doing it overkill on this model, but it has been so far extremely advantageous to do it. So these little pieces I'm gluing on right now, this right hand side was a bit taller than the left hand side that I'm about to put on, the one you see in my hand right now. So that could have potentially made the decks uneven, but I opened up the gap in the hole a little bit more on the right hand side, plus I filed it down just a tad to make sure it's perfectly the same height as the one on the left. And it may be hard to see that on here, but they are the exact same height, whereas in the beginning the right hand side was a little taller. Now they're perfectly even with each other, and that should not cause any issues or any further issues. Again, going back to Titanic, like the issues I had on that model. So I'm going to apply this. As you can see now, also I applied the wood decking onto the aft well deck and the stern. I'm going to start building up the superstructure pieces, as you can see, that go on V-deck, and start putting capstans and winches, funnels. Well, not funnels. The capstans, cowl vents, the loading cranes, all that stuff that goes down here on these decks as well. No pieces are taller than the others. Then the aft section right here, and which is three longer pieces. You can see the 4 holes there. And then I will apply the wood decking, and I will trim this as necessary. On Olympic, this entire deck, the A-deck promenade, was completely opened up. On Titanic, in this section, you had doors to the A-deck promenade, and that's what this piece is simulating. I've got it upside down. But yeah, that's essentially what this piece is supposed to be simulating, is doors on both sides. Again, Olympic did not have that. So again, with trying to keep the ship as accurate as possible, that is what I will be. That is why I will be leaving that piece off of this kit. So one of the things I decided to do differently on Olympic from Titanic is I put the holes for the rigging on the funnel a little higher. I've actually put it in the black, whereas on Titanic, you see there, I put it in the White Star buff. And the reason for that is it will look, I find, as the holes won't be as obvious drilling it into the black, because, you know, the black on black thing. Also, if you see, I'm using this easy line stuff here for the rigging. If you choose to use this stuff, and this was another lesson I learned with Titanic, you notice I remasked the White Star buff. The reason for that is, now it is painted, it's done as far as that goes, but with this easy line stuff, there's some type of residue that's on here, and I don't know what it is, that rubs off onto the paint, and it kind of stays on there, and it's not easy to get off. So I find it just easier to mask it up. When you're cutting your lines, no matter what you're using, either easy line, string, whatever, make sure that you're cutting some nice long ones. That way you can thread them through, and then you've got enough in here on the backside to where you can anchor it down to the inside of the funnel, however you choose to do that. I usually twist mine into a knot, and then I will use the Loctite to glue them down into place. And once I've done that, you just trim off the excess, and you still have more than enough line to go down into the deck. right, so also I've been installing all the little cowl vents and other things, the little tiny pieces that I require tweezers for throughout. One thing I am not installing, if you look here on Titanic, you see there's a pipe right here that comes out from here and goes into the fourth funnel. Olympic did not get that until the 1913 refit, so I will not be putting that on the ship. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the base in, snap it, and sand it down and paint it. That way that little unsightly hole isn't there. Olympic would have had a chimney up here. Unfortunately, I cannot scratch build a microscopic chimney, so it won't be 100% accurate, but it'll be 50% accurate. Also, the officers' quarters up front were a bit more narrow on Olympic than they were on Titanic. I wasn't able to do that either, so it's just one of those inaccuracies I'm gonna have to live with. One of my subscribers pointed that out to me, so Titanic Nerd, if you're watching, I appreciate the advice, man. All right, that's going to wrap up part 2 of building the Olympic. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and at last, 2 of the 3 sisters right here together. The only thing that is not done on Olympic, you'll notice Titanic has her Marconi wires running from mast to mast. I've not done that yet on Olympic. That's the last thing I have to do. That will be done at a later date. But other than that, she's very much completed. And as you may or may not know, well, if you do know, these ships, you know there was a third sister. Could she be on the way? Stay subscribed to the channel to find out. Thanks for watching, everyone. And as always, until the next time, drive safely.